Hello, everybody. We are now back here with Behind the Key with the new three-time legend, Tanae Gabbana. I'm really excited to have you here, girl. She seems so nervous.
I know, I'm here. I'm here.
She looked cute, though. She got her hair cut and everything on. She was playing Brandy before I got here. She was on time. So
Right,
I'm really happy to have you here, girl. So there is going to be a lot to talk about because I really want to get into like today now, like because I hit you up like not too long ago when you was at that ball in New Jersey. You had on a whole blue. That was a best dress
Yes.
category. What ball was that? Do you know the name?
That was the Four Color Boys ball. That was Al, Benji, Chuck, Samaj, and Puda Ball.
So, and I hit you up because I was kind of gagging. Like it was like a whole new legendary confidence that she got. And I telling you, you wearing the legendary status really well. Like
Thank you,
very
thank
quickly, I was just like, yeah, she been wanting it. So
I had to redeem myself. So a lot of people were screaming like new category, and I was like, no, I just said revamped. So when I first joined Gabbana, Smiley had a ball at the door. And it was as a house, and I walked the best dress in the house. And soon as I got to the step, as when the production's going, I stepped down and my dress popped in the back. And my zipper just fell all the way down.
and when was this?
This was like 2015, 2014, around that time.
Okay.
And
That's embarrassing.
as my part about to to step on the floor, I'm like, go, no, go. And I was like, just keep going. And I'm just holding the dress. And as you walking forward, I was like, oh, okay. Then I was like, oh shit, I just got. And I was just like, fuck. And I looked great. And it was like, ever since then, I just kept telling Becky no.
Really?
Like,
I mean, no shade. I it's traumatizing. Like,
and she, like, to this day, she don't know why. She just thinking like, oh girl, she's hard headed. And it was like, no girl, I'm traumatized.
prior to even starting Ballroom, you was raised with two moms, which is really different. Like, that's a really different dynamic. So, how was it like growing up with two moms?
It was fab. Cause I was a girl too. So it was like, girl, like, it was like the girls is in the house, Missy. If you know, like, my mother, Reese, like, she's, oh my gosh, I'm about to say the wrong words. She's an AG, so she's more the aggressive type. So she, roughed me up, sports, but she knew, like, girl, that's not what he wanted to do.
Really?
And then, her wife, I was in the high heels, walking around. I know how to walk in heels when I was a little kid.
Wait, so this is like all that you know?
Boots,
Like,
yeah, boots.
really?
Boots.
Because there's a lot of ignorance around that and being that you in Ballroom and everything. Did you feel like you was influenced to join Ballroom, or like how did that evolution come about from wearing heels to now?
So
legend?
what's crazy is I knew and saw Ballroom, but I didn't know what it was.
Okay.
So I'm from Brownsville, and Deshaun Basquiat, his mom was my cousin's best friend.
Really?
And we grew up in the same building.
Wow.
So I would see it, like the first gay person I knew was him.
Get out of here.
Yeah, down. So
That's nice.
I seen, like, the girls cutting up and stuff, and I just thought everybody was just dancers. Like, we all came from, like, dancing, like.
Yeah, the dance.
I just thought, I'm like, all right, more girls dancing. But I never saw them dancing, though.
Got it.
So it was like, all right, girl, just move on. You're young, just move on. Until I grew up, and I was like, oh, shit. I'm America's best dance
crew, yeah.
Yeah, and I was like,
yeah.
okay, cute. That's what it is. And
So that's like, okay, like it gave like, oh, that's what I've been seeing for all these years. Like, okay, makes sense.
It was a name to it.
So like, how old were you when you was watching all of that?
See, if I do that, then I'm gonna tell my age now.
Oh, you went back in his age, bro. Okay.
No, I was young though. I was young. I was a freshman in high school because that came out like 2009.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, I was a
no. I'm talking about like when you first seen growing up. Like that's.
I was elementary school.
Really?
Yeah, because I moved from Brownsville when I was in like the 4th grade.
Even amongst like friends and everything, going to school, were you bullied for having two moms?
No.
Growing up in Brownsville, none of that. It was just
because
BNG kind.
It was like around that time, like, being like the girl was like the thing. Like, we had all the dancers out there. You know some names in the scene. You know the girl. So, and then, you know, my mother growing up out there, she was the OG out there. So it was like, it was nothing to bully. It was just like,
Yeah.
you know, I was always in my things. And I was cute and stuff. So it was like, we was the girls.
So when did you feel like you was ready to join ballroom?
When I got tired of dancing. When I got, it was really just like, I'm
The
bored.
next step.
I was like, I'm bored with getting out in clubs, like fucking up sneakers. Been tired of dancing. Like, it's getting too catty. I was like, well, give me something new to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do this.
And then that's when you had walked the best dressed with and had that whole fiasco.
No, so Kamaya actually
Brought you out.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. Shout out to Kamaya.
Wait, how did that happen?
So me and Kamaya was like this, best friends,
Yeah.
right? And that's when I was still promoting parties. It was always me, Kamaya, Chance, and Rachel. We was babies. Yeah.
Kid.
But I wasn't, they was, you know, they was all Ebony's.
Yeah.
I was still, you know, Studio Timmy. So, you know, we was in my house and I was like, bitch, I want to do a little something. Teach me a little something. She was like, do it. And she started showing me, she's like, no, bitch, do it like this, da-da-da. Ooh, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And I always had hand coordination.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I was always hands. Now she was like, girl, do something else. I'm like, no, bitch,
Girl, this is it. Little shade. Little shade. Like, yeah.
So then I started watching Kevin and Mariah. Then my first clip was Selvin and Mariah. And I was like, I gotta do this. Give me a chair.
That makes so much sense for you.
I always wanted to walk just hand performance.
Oh, wow.
And then I was like, bitch, let me do the Voguing too. And then the drag stuff, that's another.
Yeah, I was about to.
But,
you did everything. You did.
Yeah, just to sum it all up, shout out to Kamaya.
Oh, wow. I live for that. No shade. Okay, so now, I mean, you are a legend for hands.
Yeah.
You have won $500 for hands. I believe you could be the first one, right? I think that's the only time I had that. The first $500 club. Live for that. So, were you surprised when you got it? No, it's okay. You wasn't. It's all right. I wasn't. It needed to happen.
So this is how this all went about, because I wasn't actually gonna walk.
It's always that.
It was because, you know, Kiki Elevations fell on a Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
It's mid-work. That's a work week.
Mm-hmm.
So I had just came from Gabbana practice. We was at the studio. And everybody, you know what, y'all gonna go home. Da, 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 da. So the kids was like, you know, we're gonna Kiki Elevations. My daughter was like, Ma, you should walk. I'm like, I'm not fucking voting.
Mm-hmm.
She was like, if $500 hand performance. I was like, all right, let me go home around the corner, let me freshen up, you know, on a video. And I walked, and I was just like, in my head, I was like, Tanae, you need to win this.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
you have no choice.
You have no choice. It was really no choice. I mean, I think by this time everybody knows how you are with hands.
Yeah.
So I mean, even if you was walking, it was kind of like, unless it's like really somebody else, but you know, it's without a doubt, you know, they should have gave it.
And if I would have lost, I'd have like, you know, word. At least I walked.
Yeah, but girl, like no, like by now, like you was already like you was hungry. You could tell. You was really like the only one really from your generation that was really still consistent in that type of hunger to really get it. So which is why when it's like when you got deemed, I mean, like I seen it and I was like really happy, like because it wasn't. Because you put in the work,
yeah,
you know, and I'm glad that like it was done and it was done well and received well. It was done at a major function, the Red Ball, and you know all that stuff like counts. Like you want your roses done respectfully because you did a lot. So
and I love that like the Red Bull. I was named that Red Bull because people ask me like, oh, why Red Bull? Why not da 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 da? First, I'm not choosing it, but I'm not dealing with myself.
Yeah.
And Red Bull is special because one, like when I won 2016 Red Bull with the shortcut, that started an era. And then
who did you battle? There was somebody I felt like you had battled. Was it Kelly? You had battled somebody.
The second Red Bull.
Oh, okay.
So
that was hot though. That was really anticipated.
So
we need a backstory, but yeah. So what year?
So that year, it was like Kelly started beef with me. Kelly started beef with me, and I was just, you know, just the girl in the rise. She couldn't take it. So, you know, I shook up her panties. So It was like that battle was like anticipated, and she was in her shortcut at the Red Bull, and I was in my shortcut at the Red Bull, and I was like, oh no.
I live for that battle so much because of the anticipation and because it was like the tea behind it or the cattiness behind it. Like it just added so much to the story that people don't be realizing adds so much to the story. Like that battle made it what it was because it was the ooh factor, like, ooh bitch, like who you got your money on type of thing. Like, and I live for that. Like
the biggest goal that night, and this is the key, like Becky, she was like, I'm debuting you as, I was East Coast Princess. She's like, I'm debuting you as overall princess. So I felt cute.
Oh yeah, that validation of shade.
Okay, cute.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So when she was like East Coast mother, I was like, all bets are off. Bets are off. And then I was on Kelly Walked. I just gotta get Kelly. I was like, it's no shade. I was like, this is as it's the end of that year. We gotta get it. It was me, her, and London for like going up for of the year. I had to get Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm glad that because when it comes down to stuff like that, like there be so many times where it'd be like beef like that. You be wanting to see when the fuck they're gonna do it, but then like politics and judging, like they don't really strategically set the battle up to let it play out. But that was like they let it unfold, which was so fab. And you beat her, right?
Huh? Yeah.
That's
I think she got one vote from her house.
Live for y'all remember the votes.
Oh, white top Kelly. What camera?
We need another one. We need another one. No shade. No, because we need another one.
We battled again for tag team at the Party Monster Ball. I said her again.
As legends?
No.
Oh, okay.
And then we battled for hand performance, and I said her again. So if you want to dance as a legend,
I need her to come back and dance with you. No shade. But okay, so now, because now you really loyal to Gabbana.
Yes.
Like a loyalty that is not existed in today's times. Like you've been sticking it through thick and thin and thin to thin. Like that's the only house you've been in
since 2015.
Was you in the house before that?
2016. The house opened in 2015. I was a Marciano. I was put into the house. I was confused. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
We was in the basement, and I was at Pierre and Monty and Mike. And Sean was like, oh, come to my house. I was like, first of all, Mr. No. No. And then it was like, no, dummy, like, coming to like the practice. I was like, okay, cute.
Oh, you mean like, you thought like his house?
Yes. I'm like, no. Wrong girl.
I can't. Come on, boundaries.
I'd be like, right girl. No, right girl, wrong night. So I went with I met Becky. She was in a bob. And I was like, cute, yeah, I want to be here. The girl, they're doing this. And it's something new. Yeah, I'm here.
So, and then you kind of just felt at home being in Gabbana.
Yeah. I was working realness first. A lot of people don't know that. Drag realness was my first category. They didn't want me voguing. They didn't want me voguing, no. Sean didn't want me voguing. Becky saw something. I hated Will. Fucking hated Will. And it was just like that. And I was all right, I'll walk a little drag on this. I never grew facial hair. And I was like, all right, put on a wig and a little makeup, do. And, snatch little trophies. Was unbeatable for a while.
So Becky snatched you to go to Gabbana. How did you go from Marciano to Gabbana?
Okay, so it was an incident that happened within Marciano that turned real catty. And I left and went to Pink Lady.
Oh.
And me and Juju went to Pink Lady.
Okay.
Because we both was Juju Marciano? No, she wasn't Marciano. But we just went to Pink Lady. I was there for all of a month and wanted to leave. She went to stay. Juju's she's a lawyer. We lawyer girls.
Yeah.
So I stuck it out for her until I was like, girl, no. And I hit it. And then I walked the Powerpuff Ball for the Juicy Kids Ball. Juicy Babies Ball. When Kelly was Kelly, Vonna, Mish, and Kamaya. It was a Juicy Babies Ball.
Okay. That's
it
not...
was like the Powerpuff Girls.
No, okay, no. I know they
works.
had a Powerpuff... Oh, that's what... I had walked that too, but I wasn't sure... I know we had to come as Powerpuff Girls, the Vogue Femmes or whatever. Yeah, because they came in the car. If that's what
Yeah,
yes.
and we was
No, she made it to last part.
the drags was the Bumblebee girl. Oh, y'all horrible that night. Oh, fucking horrible. And then I walked and I got sad. First battle, being Rachel took me out, bitch. She took me goons. And I walked to Becky. I was like, I put my pride aside. I was like, 'cause I knew she was that girl. And I was like, when's your practice? Because Cream's, Iggy, Legacy, my girls was in there. And I was like, when's your practice?
And Gabbana at the time.
Yeah. And she was just looking at me like, girl, I don't like you.
What?
Because of the thing at Marciana.
Oh.
And I was just like, in my head, I was like, you want a fat bitch or what?
Are you serious?
And I always had the confidence. In my head, I always had the confidence.
No. Girl, like, no shade. I'm sorry to interrupt. You always had the confidence early. And and when you first came out, I was paying attention to that. You and Creams had the confidence early. Just running back the scene with all this confidence. I'm like, how they think they the girl already? They just got here. I was just like, they throwing balls and everything, all that. And I'm like, they just got here. Already like...
See, that drag era was different. That's when there was no drag performance. That's when female figure was female figure. And the drag... You... Two-time female of the...
The resume spoke. But, no, yeah. So you gave it to her, you threw it, and she sold it. I mean, she bought it.
And what's worse is, like, that's out in the public. When I went to the voting, everything, that cockiness, they asked, the questions. They was like, it was me, I forgot who else I was with. And they got to me. And it was like, so why you want to be Gabbana? I was like, Becky told me to come.
The founder.
In my head, I'll tell you not. It was like, bitch, I don't have the answer to nobody. She told me to come. She opened this.
Are you serious? So nobody in the house was in...
They voted me no. Everyone said no except Creams, Iggy, and Legacy.
Your girlfriends.
Everybody said no. Everybody said no.
Serious? I mean... No shade.
But Becky knew.
I would have been. She had to, because I would have been like gagging too. Like, what you mean? Like you ain't here for us. You here for...
Everybody said no, because it was the truth. Everyone said no.
I'm gagging.
And to this day, I still don't have an introduction. Welcome into the house. Like, you get the page. Welcome to
yeah.
Bitch.
No.
Nothing.
So did you feel like you had to prove your spot in the house, even though they said no?
I didn't know they said no. I was hinted at it and I keyed at it, but I was always competitive, and I always fought for the spot. Like, that's always my inner thing. Like, always fight. I'm on a team, but it's like somebody has to shine. So I always that was just always my thing.
So now, what made you stay though when your girlfriend started to leave? Because that's the thing too. The girls they be leaving. The girlfriends goes with them, but you decided to stay.
Because I was just like, I wanted to battle the girls.
Yes.
I wanted to battle the girls.
Yes.
I was like, I knew what I was capable of. I knew what my teachings, I knew who I was being taught by. And I was like, I didn't feel comfortable being taught by nobody else.
Really? So you trusted, you saying being taught by us, including Becky, or who was your...
Becky.
Really?
And I have other teachers, classes and da-da-da-da-da. Shout out to my inspirations, Vanity, Davina, B&B in the house. And all the good people. But it was like,
but Becky was
I'm a drag performer. Why would I be under someone who doesn't walk my category firsthand? That makes no sense.
True.
That's like me wanting to learn how to sing and leaving from Beyonce and going to Sierra, like, what's up? Girl, nah.
But if you wanted to dance to do an 8 count, well, Beyonce could do that now too. But
yes, right. I was like,
yeah, I get it. No. Okay, that's dope though. Because you, I mean, I noticed though, like, the girls that think for themselves and move in their own lane, they create their own lane for themselves. Like, people need to understand that when you move for you and do for you and stay in your own lane and don't be a damn follower, like, you get to create. So when it comes down time to deem, like, you have, like, receipts and stuff.
Yeah, it's...
And one of the receipts is being undefeated for drag's realness, right?
Yes.
For drag's realness. So now, when it came down to realness and drag's realness, what do you think set you apart from the rest of everybody else that walked?
One, it was a lot of drags walking. The girls was transitional, and the men was transitional, or just like pays it. Or the drags was like, just performers. And I was just, thick girls got it easy. I knew to be the girl. I knew how to be the girl.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just that.
I kind of think so too. But did you ever walked, realness and feel intimidated when you battling other like femme queens? Like, how do you?
That was the only time, because it was just like, it would be times when it's just like, girl. And they would just look, it was like, because she's femme queen. And I was never intimidated by who I was battling. I was always annoyed by the panel. So it was never intimidation, because if I was intimidated, I wouldn't, walk up.
Yeah.
It was never intimidation. It was just me just being annoyed by the panel, because it'd be sometimes it was like, and it's like, Miss Thing, I shaved my chest, she didn't.
Right, because honestly though, you walked a category, but you wasn't lazy about that category.
No.
Either. Like you definitely had your looks, like your hair and everything, like really put together. But you kind of had, if I'm not mistaken, you had a little team with you to help you.
Shout out to Simone, that lady, and not a brush.
Really?
Yes. So I first started off doing my own makeup, and then Simone was blessing my face for years.
Really?
And taught me a lot of stuff, and I got back doing my own stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
Now, going back to you doing performance and actually voguing,
Mm-hmm.
who was your generation of girls? I know you named the girls that you came out with, but who was like some girls that you feel like when you was coming out that like gave you competition? And I know you're confident, you're cockney, but like there's some girls that could have shook your spot up a little bit.
So it was a lot of girls that came out. Remember we was like, it was FF, so it was like femme queen, women, and drags all together. Who gave me competition? Samantha sat me. Now she wiped me out. Legends, but she took me clean out. I had probably like one vote and a half.
Oh my God. Okay. And now that like I think I want to vote for you, kind of half. Yeah, like
I got a head nod. I was like, you would say cute.
That's the half. That's the half. That's the half. Like I love you down, girl, but that's the half. Yeah.
I kind of ducked her once. I'm a man on camera. That's the only girl I ducked with Samantha once. I was like, girl, I'm not ready.
Okay.
So
Okay.
And then she got me again at Jenna's wall. Girl. But who gave me competition? Creams.
Mm-hmm.
Creams. That's one girl, like, and Belinda.
Yes.
I'm not going to say
talk
her
about
front.
that.
But Creams is one girl who actually, I was like, girl, she's a crowd favorite as well.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So I had to work. And that Red Bull, she actually won that Red Bull.
Which one?
2017. With me, Kelly, in London.
Yeah.
We all
But
we did what we had to do with each other. But
right.
Like,
I mean, J-Lo may have won, but like, I mean, that battle that you had was the moment, and then just a testament too. Like, you can win and have the moment, or you can win. And
no, but she carried that. She was more hungry. Like I was pissy in the pants because I wanted to like keep a legacy going, like this Red Bull next round. And my father was like, one person that's gonna humble me is Byron the Great.
Really?
He was like, daughter, you wasn't hungry. He was like, you came out when you got, once they said mother, the hunger and the ego said zoom.
Well, because so too, your mold. I mean, your drive was to get Kelly. So it was. Did you feel like the momentum was just like, I got her. I don't really have to work for it anymore. Or
that part as well.
Okay.
Because because the battle when Kelly's like there wasn't picking battles that night.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, girl, get up. And Becky's walking off from her battle. Kelly's in the back. I looked over, and as they're walking off, I'm walking on the stage. I have to clip my phone. I'm walking on the stage ready for Kelly. That was like the PM.
Also, at the same time, too, you was throwing the Heather's Ball series. And again, with the confidence and everything, I was like, she's throwing a ball already? I'm like, she just got here. I literally was like, yo, these new kittens, y'all whole generation was like shaking shit up that I was like, wait a minute, like, this is not, I thought you had to be out for 4 years to like the whole thing. Y'all literally just gave what I perceived the scene to be, coming out in 2011. By the time y'all came out, 4 or 5 years later, like y'all just took it, ran with it. Y'all did whatever y'all wanted to do, including throwing a Heather's Ball. So how was that experience from what made you want to throw the Heather's Ball with Juju?
I had the right connects at the right time. Ooh, COVID pissed me off. So I was working at HMI, and they did Vogue from Fridays. So I was like, I have ideas. I'm creative with a pen. Let me throw something together. Okay. So, first ball, kid you not, I was like, ideas, me and you just gonna add it. Da, da, da. She pays it. She was like, girl. I wasn't smoking at the time. He was like, girl. I'm like, girl, what? So I'm taking me cocktails and my brain is, I'm like, this is not helping. Shot. So I was like, boom, yin and yang. She's soft. I'm soft, kind of dramatic. Mm-hmm. Everything was like the polar opposite.
Yeah.
The night before submission day, I looked at it. I was like, no. I'm like, bitch, we need a ball, bitch. And I was like, Heather's ball. Like, we need like the bitch to have the fucking Heather's ball. And I was, can I curse up here?
Yeah.
I've been cursing a lot. And I was like, Heather's ball, the movie, boom, boom, categories, they write themselves. Boom.
Right. Right.
And we had it at HMI. My hair looked, I know the girls key at that.
So the first one was at HMI, in
Yes.
HMI, in the cafeteria. Oh, okay.
First Heather's ball, yep.
So now you did Heather Balls 2.
Yes.
That one was like,
Intense.
I felt that was really intense. We're gonna
The
talk about it
list.
because I reviewed it and I mean I was there, but it.
You was on the list.
No. I wasn't. I was just in father mode at that time.
You was?
You had
Dante O'Navy was on the list.
no. I don't think I was. No. I think
It was Lollipop.
yes. He was both on movies at the time.
It was Lollipop.
Did Lollipop walk though?
My list, okay. Oh my gosh, my list. And looking back at it now, I'm like Tanae. I want to slap on the back of her head.
Are you serious?
My list consists of all icons and legends. In like 3 or 4 statements.
For the list, really?
I had Swiper on there. Lollipop, you. No, I didn't. Pepper was up there. Who else was up there? It was just mad. Legends and I was just like, girl, Tanae, you just fishing.
But the list was still cute though. I mean, because Vonna had won.
Yes.
Brownie had walked.
And Vonna X, like, she was like, sister, put me on your list. And I was like, no.
Oh, that's why she had to win it. Okay.
No, but because I was like soft, like Vonna stunty, cunty, and borderline, dramatic
and it was
a little bit.
Soft versus dramatic.
And I was like,
yes.
soft and kind, like, she was like, right? Sister,
what you mean, girl? Like, what do you mean I'm not soft enough? No.
But it was a key, so I was like, in the clip, I wasn't mad that I wasn't salty that she won. I was salty my team lost. I was salty that the Softer Council lost.
So you and Juju had 2 different, y'all designed the teams?
Yeah,
or?
so it was Juju's team. I didn't know her list.
Oh.
And she didn't know my list. The only way I knew her, like, I made the flyers.
Right.
So when she was sending me her names, I was like, bitch.
So she made the names for the dramatics?
Yes.
Oh.
She did her dramatics and I did my Softer client.
Oh, okay.
So then she'd send me the name, like, this is for the flyer. And I'm like, oh, and I sent her the name, like, oh, and then we'd like go back and forth.
Okay.
So it was like a little thing, and we like, I'm like, well, my girl's about to take your girls out.
Right.
So that's what that was. I was very happy that when my sister won, she won the 5, and look at us giving out $500,000 that night.
Y'all y'all was giving out money, and it really did set like it did set the tone for a lot of people's set the tone for a lot of people's ballroom careers at that time, right? So Vonna, I don't know if that was Vonna's first 500 or not, but she had got Brownie. She got the girls that was on that list. Those battles are really good. Like,
so I'm gonna explain myself about that venue. I'm gonna apologize. So I learned how to throw balls through trial and error. And with Becky's help and guidance. But she was like, you have to grow up. So I went on Facebook and was like $1,000 female figure performance, right? Before I had a venue secured. So it was like, I can't backtrack that now because someone's seen it.
Yeah.
And I walked this category and now it pissed me off. So there was like either, give out this $1,000 in cash, because I said it was in cash. Or, get your dream venue, which was the hotel where it was at the third ball. And I was like, my girl's got to get that money.
Yeah.
Because if it was me, I'd be mad.
Yeah.
You know, I was still walking that cat.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
I mean,
they vote the smaller spaces.
I mean, and
those battles was hot, and the chicken was
those battles
fat.
was hot. And I mean, I don't think you had to charge to get in. This is before
everything was free.
everybody
All my balls was
charging.
free.
Yeah, this is for the whole, scams. But
this is what I had sponsors.
But you gave out your 1K to Chloe. Chloe was in Mattel at that time. It was last battle between her and Becky carried. They both carried.
Becky lost it.
Becky did lose it. Becky lost it. Becky lost it.
Becky
she had to represent. No shade. She had to represent. Like, it was your ball. She was the founder. You know what I mean? You was in her house. She definitely represented, and they gave it to
Becky
Chloe.
Hashtag Team Balenza.
No, for real. But the gag is too, no shade, even though Vonna won. Brownie was eating it. The battles was eating it. And you know what's, and the key is too, like, because the comments was very controversial too. Like, I was getting the comments were controversial. The comments, I live
Them battles was disgusting. And I love that.
You had, no shade, London was out. Cassidy was out.
Bitch.
Like, no shade. Like, I was looking at it too. I was like, damn, the girls don't even know who Cassidy is right now. Like, they reminded me because Cassidy out.
Gio came late. She was at work. Gio came late. She was on the list as well. And Chili was over.
Why wait?
Because Chili was like, while I'm not on the list, I'm like, girl,
lists are really, yeah.
And it was like my favorites, and you wasn't my favorite at the time.
That's no shade. Yeah.
And then she wanted to be on the panel. She's like, what about the new girls? I'm like, nah. I don't know what was happening over there. I'm not giving you your candy right now.
Yeah.
So shout out to Chili though.
Hey, she gonna be on panel now, but back then it was given out.
Sit down and watch and enjoy the chicken.
Yeah. And you had Poppy Juicy on the mic. It was Snooki and Poppy on the mic. So that was really dope. Shout out to him. Because I was looking at that and I was just like, yeah, this was a time.
And that's when the Major Red Hot dropped. Shout out to Ignite for dropping that beat at my boy.
Oh, really? That's why everybody, I think people was asking.
That's
no, I know the beat. Really? I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so no, that boy was really, really cute. You gave out your thing. I see you in the crowd. You was in your little pink little thing. Like, you was feeling kind. You was in your drags and everything. I thought that was really dope because you even came to the ball looking like something. It
was Benji.
It was, but there was definitely some controversial battles. So then you had Virgin Performance. Ella had walked and won that night. Tyson was between her and Tyson.
It was between Tyson and like 4 Old Navies. It was
No shade. The Old Navies at that time, they had a whole list of new girls, and I was just like, we have to send them out here. This is the ball for it. This is the ball they have to walk. I feel like, honestly, that ball is why I became father.
Cotton walked, Ella walked, Tyson walked and carried. Who else? A few people from out of town. Mm-hmm. Robbie walked.
Mm-hmm.
Gagged everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Who else walked? Oh my gosh.
Oh, I don't remember, but but it was still. But a lot of girls got their start from that ball too. So definitely, you definitely need to get your roses for that because creating a space for people, they don't really. I don't know. There needs to be known that, like, where you got to start off at the ball and who threw it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you created that platform and for people to start off their thing at the ball. And that was really dope because, I mean, like, honestly, Vonna was able to build her resume at that ball, getting both Brownie and Cassidy at that, at the time. But she was hungry, though. And I was looking at that battle, too, before I got here. Just, and I was just like... That battle was really... Brownie carried. Vonna was in the front eating it, though. Vonna was up there. And Vonna was new, too. So it was just like definitely new. So it definitely shout out to Vonna. She definitely did her thing there. So then you did Heather Ball's 3, the Met Gala one, at the hotel thing. That was another platform for the girls to kind of like get their start. So go ahead, explain that.
So I like when the ball really like I like balls that's self-explanatory. I hate reading a paragraph and it's like bring it in a red shoe.
A whole story and it's like red shoe.
So Met Gala was basically the Met Gala themes. Boom, have fun, right? So that was the categories. The Twists, the Twisters, and the Runner's Boys highlight the night. Givenchy debuted that night. Was another house. It was so fab, but Twist and Oh, and that was the
Twist was
rebirth
really
of female
hot.
figure performance, because that was the year like it was either a bull was getting shut down, or it was like it was never happening.
Mhm.
And I was like, female figure is the third category.
Protected category.
No, it was the third.
They gave. Oh no.
And the girls came out.
They did. You had Kelly. You had
Mhm.
Keats.
Quanah
Kendra. Quanah.
Legacy.
Legacy.
Chanel.
Chanel. Jennifer.
Ariana.
Ariana. Becca. Yeah, I watched the 10s. Morgan.
She won.
That was really, no, Shay, you was able to pull a crowd.
Ella
very
walked.
early. Ella did walk as a Luby.
Yep.
Yes, she did.
Who else walked? The girls walked that night.
Yeah, the girls walked. I think it was a healthy amount of girls. It was
Because
it was a good quality of girls that walked.
That's on YouTube. Chloe recorded it and posted it.
Yes, I watched it.
And Twist was dirty too.
Twist was dirty too. Berto came out. She was a Luby. It was, I don't know who won though.
Who won Twist?
I don't know who won.
Christian
Luby.
The Louboutins won Twist, if I'm not mistaken. Christian sat Shaw that night,
Oh, okay.
if I'm not mistaken. Twist was hot.
Twist was hot.
was
Twist
hot.
was hot.
And Joelle won Vogue Femme.
Oh,
The girls was pissed.
they was gagging at
And
that.
Vogue Femme was a highlight. Performance that night was
cute.
tea.
No shade. It was.
Had
It was a
a
really good ball.
Had a great panel.
No, yeah, you did. Listen, when the panel and the energy is right in the panel, then it's gonna go. It's gonna go. Cause do you know who you had on that panel for sure?
Never
It was a little
would
while
I ever do 12 people on the panel again.
But it wasn't mixy though. Usually when it's 12, it'd be given a conjure, but like it wasn't like that for you.
It was. I know
Where's
Lollipop
Savannah?
was on the panel.
That's all you remember.
Dickie,
Okay.
Miles, Kiva was on the panel.
It's okay, but you had a good quality judges that was up there though, because that was dope. And then Morgan, she definitely did her thing there. And that was like I said, the first time I really was able to see Keats like shine, like to see Carrie. Like the girls really all got that ball.
Kelly came out, Carrie.
Yeah.
I think that was her return. I could be dragging it, but I think that was her return.
Well, it seemed like it because the way that they got up for her hands and everything, she was on fire.
Mhm.
She was definitely on fire. I really thought that honestly that she was gonna take it because like she was on it from the beginning. Morgan too. Who? I feel like I missed one girl that I seen, but
And
yeah.
also, they Belinda's beat, her work beat, that work.
Mhm.
That beat dropped. Byrell dropped it at my boy. And I realized it when female figure performance, he was doing it for female figure performance in the beginning. And I'm like, I looked over like, I want to walk to this. Byrell did not send me. I didn't know who beat it was.
Oh wow.
And that man is loyal. He would not send it to me. So then I found it was Belinda. I'm like, send it to me. She like, sister, no. Girl, what? Send me that beat.
Right?
And then it came out on SoundCloud. You know what? I'm gonna respect the artist. On SoundCloud, I favorites it. I play she all the time. But girl, y'all could have.
But I mean, that's cute though. They
y'all could have sent me the stuff.
They
Because I heard it. They didn't get it, and then he stopped it. He's made I think like for 3 or 4 girls, and then he switched it. But that stuck with me.
No shit, you
That
felt the
beat-
need. So
that stuck
yeah,
with me.
You felt it. No, that was a really good ball too. And I really enjoyed myself that. And that venue too was really, really cute. And it really was just like, okay, no shade, like you doing your thing.
And we
Like,
didn't lose that venue.
oh. The girls was behaved. It was a good energy ball.
Yes.
It was a really good energy ball. Like everybody did what they had to do. Everybody's well behaved. The judges like, I mean, I feel like that's all we need to ask for. Like that's what we really want, honestly. Give everybody time and space to perform and everything. So
And I didn't
that
get
was
those
really dope.
clips.
What?
I didn't get the clips. So I feel like that's why, Heather's Ball wasn't in the running for Ball of the Year. because-
Oh, really? Nobody recorded.
No,
Really.
we got it recorded, but the clips, Amelia Earhart.
What? It just vanished?
The clips, it was
They just-
like, it was no clips. I was getting impressed about these clips for weeks.
I
And
mean,
was
'cause it
asking my
was.
videographer, and it was like, they tried their best, and it was like, no clips.
What?
So they was like, where's the clips? And my answer is Amelia Earhart.
God. Yes, because I was trying to search. There's only the female figures that's up. I'm gagging. Damn.
I everything.
No, they did. They carried that night. So that definitely adds to your resume. So now when it comes to being a contender, when did you really feel like you was a strong statement, like you was that girl? I mean, I know you always felt that way, but when did you really feel like that?
Rebel 2016.
Why?
Because it was like, I was walking and it was either like, I wasn't getting chopped. Let's just make that clear. Probably once or twice. Cause it be that one person that just go up and be that one person to find a clip and it's like, girl.
Yeah.
So I'm putting that out there. I'm 3 times less.
Okay, no, just talk your shit, bitch.
So it was just 26. It was like that bull, and Becky didn't like the shortcut.
She didn't like the shortcut era or just the shortcut she had on?
So Becky was like, what are you doing on the phone with me? Me being me, lying. I'm like, I'm getting my hair sewn, because I had little braids. You know, that braids. So I'm like, I'm getting my hair sewn down, lying. What I'm doing, I'm on Flatbush looking for a fucking... Oh.
Come on, Jamaican aunt.
So I'm like, oh, this is cute. My problem was, my hair was always full of I didn't like glue. Glue messed up hair. Hair was expensive. I was a drag queen boy.
Yeah.
So it was like, a little change. And back in those days, he wasn't making as much. It was,
right.
Yeah. So glue was my downfall. You find a couple of clips on my wig falling off.
Me searching for.
So I was like, it's on, it ties in the bag. The nigga was like, yeah, I just put you on it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, man. I don't do nothing to it. I went home. So Becky was like, girl, I'm on my way. I'm lying. I'm in there bumping this. Mind you, I did not wear that wig to the ball. I'm in there bumping it. I got my shares. I'm cutting shit. So took she off.
Are you serious?
I pumped to the ball. Becky's like, girl, your category is next. So I ran downstairs. I'm changing. Took my wig off, put the other wig on. So we walking up the steps. Becky like, girl, I thought you had a bob. Because I'm like, I'm doing a bob. I'm like, she like, what happened to the long hair? So then she's just so confused. Like, I had long hair. I told her a bob. I came with long hair. Now I'm in a mushroom.
Right.
So
Just
I'm like, girl,
confused.
pay it.
She's
She's like, Tanae, you always doing something. Then it was like straight to battles. Tanae, you bye. Bye, girl. I got one of these heels that I got this morning that just came to my house.
Oh my God.
Bye.
Right. Like, do not take me out of my zone. Like, you ain't femme queen.
And then shout out to Jackie O though. I went to go put on some sneakers after my first battle. Jackie O was like, bitch, you be in them heels all night. That's gonna push you. That's gonna big bitch in the heel.
Or Jackie, yo.
So those words always stuck with me like, big bitch in the heel. So that's why was always in the heel.
So then is when you really felt like, or knew that you was...
Yeah, I was just like, it was like, Becky being mad at me. Mind you, she voted over me the entire night.
Becky did? Really? Becky. What? My God.
But I lived for that.
That's honest.
I lived for that though, because it was like, she was just throwing fuel at the fire.
No. Oh.
It was just like, she was just like, yeah, go ahead, keep going. It was like, keep going. Because it was like, you know your blanket is your houseboat.
Yup.
And it was like, bitch, I was out there with the Titanic with no lifeboat. Should I go ahead? Sassy queen.
You wanna lie to me? You wanna
So
you wanna switch wigs on me, bitch?
So it was just that, roles. And it was just like I caught when like all right, now she's testing me, so now I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yeah. And you did what you had to do.
And I did what I had to do. That's when I was fighting for that overall princess position. No shade.
So cause now what position you have now in Gabbana?
Supreme Mother.
Oh, say that again.
Supreme Mother.
So you went from
you gotta burn me at the stake.
Bitch, I'm So you went from pressing Becky to get in her house to being Supreme motherfucking Mother, 3-time legend, $500 hands, and $500 big boy performance.
First.
Where did you win that at?
In Jersey.
And
they gift cards, but y'all.
So now you have a whole house chapter. I mean, you're Supreme Mother, but you have kids under you now. B&B, Lilith, Teeth, as far as Vogue Fam. You still have like your regular family figures that we know of. But I just want to highlight them specifically because that's our category. But they're eating it. They are eating it. You should be really like proud that you have like quality bitches up there to represent you as a leader, in that house because they are doing their thing.
Vogue Fam.
So now And the funny thing is though, because I feel like in the beginning, I didn't feel like, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't feel like you really understood the language in a way that you do now back then. I felt like you was always for the hype. And so it was interesting when I was seeing like how you was like really, and this is like probably like maybe like around COVID, but just seeing how like you was speaking, what you was going up for, your opinions, like the things, like your whole mindset as far as like what to go up for changed.
Yeah.
I felt like back then you was just going up for the hype, what was the sons, like, you know, things to get the crowd going. And
Yeah.
but then I feel like you matured in your category to understand like how to teach performance and Vogue Femme.
I can tell you what happened. It was a Red Bull when Cream sat me. Little things like certain things. I'm very competitive, and I'm very like a person that's gonna reach for like beating the best. So Cream sat me, and I sat there and was trying to figure out why and how, right? And by Red broke it down, and he was just like, she was more hungry and she outperformed you. And he was like, you were voguing, like you vogue.
Yeah.
He was like, but she outperformed you, and that was, you know, what caught the attention. And then me watching the battle, and I understood the difference. So going further, that's when I took a hiatus from New York, and I was walking out of state.
Yes, she was walking out of state a lot,
and that's how I, you know, been out for like 9 years. I have 9 other years, but only 2 in New York. Crazy.
New York be giving the girls a hard time.
New York would nominate you for everything for all the years. It went from 3 nominations to 4 to 5 to 6 and never getting anything.
Come on.
But y'all know, but it's
right?
3.
But see, I live for that though, that Byron was honest, because the girls, you
and
have
Becky
to be
were
honest.
humble.
You gotta be honest.
That was my parents.
Yes, shout out to them. No shade, because like you see what the honest gives, like it's just not, I mean, like it's self-explanatory. It's written all over in your resume how much the honesty and like, you know, really pushed you. And now you can have this group of kids underneath you and really bring, you know, Gabbana into it, to people to pay attention to Gabbana more. Because they don't in the way that they should. And you guys do have talent. So like seeing like this generation like is eating it for me. And like, I mean, we had many I was like, bitch, like these bitches are voguing down. Like they're voguing.
Yeah.
Like no shade. So definitely shout outs to them, and I'm glad to see them out more and like do anything, and you protecting them. I'm glad that you like over them. I definitely have to give you roses for that. And like, so we have to wrap this up. So now, becoming 3-time legend, explain that experience for you. Were you surprised?
I wasn't surprised I was getting deemed.
Okay.
I was surprised at, you know, being deemed 3 times. So that was the gaga. And then, you know, people that's questioning my Vogue Femme demon. Every time I've walked, all right, so the time when I had to put in the work, it was like the bug was spending my internet putting in that work. I won $500 in Jersey. That was in no order. I won $500 in Jersey. I won $500 in Hands, and I won $500 Vogue Femme at the Invite Ball. Jersey as a Vogue Femme, Hands as a Vogue Femme, could have been the drags, and the other was a Vogue Femme. And I did those within 2 months. I won $1,500 within 2 months.
There was a time when you was working and you was winning down. And I'm just sitting here like, she's really coming for this title.
I got set at the high school ball. That Kiki Elevations the next night I won. I was not playing. Because I had some shit that I wanted to let out, and they played in my face and wouldn't let me dance with these female figures. I was like, no, I'm going to let it out at Kiki Elevations. You know?
And you also did this while having like several injuries.
Yes.
And you had to take, did these injuries come from voguing?
Yes.
At a ball?
Practice.
Oh, okay. Okay.
First injury happened at Ebony practice. When Becky told me not to go, it was right before Old Navy where I was going to pick up my effect. And Becky was like, don't go. Like, Mom, we didn't have Gabbana practice. I need to. Went to Ebony practice, got injured. Boom. Instantly left the house. Instantly, that second it happened, I was gone.
It was like, no. Spirit said no.
And then the second injury happened. I'm not going to talk about the second injury because it pisses me off. But it wasn't my fault.
Oh.
And I'm sticking to my guns.
Okay. So, Yeah, because I know you was, and then even you was still voguing on the injury too. Because I've seen like you would have like a dance shoe and a sneaker and all that stuff, and you would be dipping on just one leg. It was a Kiki.
So because
it was a Kiki
those
elevation.
sneakers was new.
Oh, okay, okay.
It was my birthday sneakers and they were new, and I didn't come near the walk.
Okay.
That wasn't like they was doing the teams and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
the
yeah,
houses.
yeah.
And then it was like, open to a performance for 100. And I was like, let me get my 10s. Okay, let me get the first battle. Okay, let me get the second battle. Bitch, I'm here.
And she ended up winning.
Yeah.
No shade. No shade, because that was a good night too. Well, obviously, but the so I also want to do I want to end off with this too, because you have a whole thing. You had a whole weight loss journey that you did. And I'm really proud of you for that. You look great.
Thank you.
You look great either way, but just understanding the whole journey behind it. You stuck to it to kiss the seat. You look dope. And you also are known for Taj Creations, the drinks, right?
Yes,
We got it because the summer's, the weather is breaking. The girls is an FM queen weather. What made you want to do the Taj Creations?
So I always like mixology, making drinks and stuff. And my close girlfriends know if you get to my house, you got a cocktail.
Oh.
I'm responsible for a lot of my girlfriends' drinking habits.
Okay.
So if you get to my house, you got a cocktail. No shade. So I was like, I have another talent. I can bottle this. So for a year, I was looking for the Nutcracker bottles. And I was so resistant of asking anyone. Because I'm like, what if they like you trying to,
Mm-hmm.
So I searched and I found it on my own. First trial and error. No drinks was hitting like that. I was a little nervous. I was so used to a broad audience, and then I just kept going. And then I was like, bitch, I can do this. And it was the Puss Cookout. And I reintroduced them. And it was like, boom.
It was all she wrote.
And then that was the first collab. It was the Puss, the Pink Puss. Because I did the collabs with the drinks. And that was the first collab. And that sold. And then I just kept doing collabs and stuff. And this summer, new collabs.
I was about to say, let's go.
A lot of stuff is like, Taj Creations is no shade to the girls that's doing it, but
they ain't doing it like Taj Creations.
No shade. I gave the Ditto Cookout. I paid Ditto Cookout.
Why?
I paid because I was like, I was in a toxic relationship. So
okay. Right.
So that part, and then I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
I had to work, and I was like, it's other vendors. Let the girls do their stuff, and I was out there disappointed. And what? I hate to be.
I mean, at this point, I feel like, you can be like the staple for these drinks at these cookouts at this point. At least if it's like one, at least it's Jay's, like it's kind of like, I feel like, because the girls are trying to do their thing. You got beefy cheese out there. Like, girls got their little
shout out to everyone making their money. I'm not bashing no one. Shout out to everyone making their money.
Right.
Everyone do what they got to do.
Yeah.
But it's just like, when you see you push my mama card, just know.
When I see you pushing the cart,
just know, just back up and go home.
Really? I immediately got the Banshee cunt mother pushing the car trying to sell them. Like, I was like, oh, she's doing it.
When I pulled up on Hillstock,
doing it,
it just gave like.
Because because I believe you changed the packaging too, right? You went from the little. Do you have?
No, so I always keep the 60-ounce bottles. I put the labels on it. I do like different colors, like pinks and stuff. And like the collabs always get a black top. I don't want to change the pouches. Is what I introduced is what I introduced. That's the aesthetic. What bottle you holding, who drink that is.
But was people doing this though before you at the cookouts? I don't really, or maybe
no, because I would always bring my own cocktails to the cookout.
Because I feel like somebody else may have like a thing too after you. That's what I thought you may have changed the packaging, but yeah, but you kind of really are in the scene to really do, at least in the Kiki scene, to really start that out. So congratulations for you to even doing all of this stuff. Yeah. Like I'm really happy. So moving forward though, you do have more stuff coming out for Taj. Looking forward to excuse me. We're looking forward for you to be releasing the new stuff. And I think that people are really excited though. So now, moving forward, are you planning on throwing another ball or you just want to chill and be legend?
I want to throw another ball. Sponsorship nowadays is like real hectic. It's like
it's so
and there's a lot of gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's call it a spade a spade.
Yeah.
And I like to throw free balls because
it's for the community.
I got the 25. I got the 20. When it's 40, I ain't got it.
Yeah.
I got it, but no.
Right.
And I like the feeling of going to a ball so I can spend my all on my effect and what I have to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, when you got that last 25, I was like, should I get a haircut or pay for this?
Yeah.
I've seen people like have that. And it's like, no,
It'd be that.
girl, be on that for being comfortable.
Yeah.
That's when you get the best. You get the best shows when the girls put their all into it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the best shows really be when you get to have fun. When it ain't too much and you ever just go to have fun, it'd be...
You ever seen a ball like packed but no one walking?
Oh yeah, down boots. No, down. Like
everyone's there just to watch because they have it to they wanted to they had to. It was like, girl, my neck was 40 and hey.
Listen, not even for the girl, especially when you're getting your effect done and you paying $150 on an effect, girl. It'd be so expensive. No, really do.
And let me just like, because I don't want to like seem like I'm bashing like anything. It's like you ever like online shopped and your cart was like $200. But that $5 tax and that $10 shipping fee is what pisses you off. That's what it is.
No shade. You ate that up for me. That's what it be.
I need everyone to think of it like this.
Oh my God.
Puffs blunt. An entry fee is the tax and the what's the camera?
Shipping and handling.
It's the camera. The board entry fee is the ship on the handling and tax. So we don't mind paying the $100 for the effect. We don't mind going to Simone and getting our, and Mother going and getting our face speed. We don't mind going to Kim and Tosh Creations and getting our hair color and slave. We don't mind. We do not mind. But when we gotta pay that tax and toll, and that's when it's like, girl, that's when
they want to hit you with the re-entry fee. Like, now y'all doing
and then
fees. Oh my God.
And then you're charging me to breathe.
Oh my God.
I just walked and sweated all of my life out of you, and I gotta charge to go out and get some fresh air in the gym.
No shade. But okay. But anyways, I do want to say thank you for being here so much.
Dean Belinda.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. That's a whole nother thing, girl. That's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother thing.
Come back.
But yeah. Because I wanted you and Becky to be here, so she could add to your story and everything and all that. But I definitely, she's honest because what's been happening in the scene lately, so she has to have more personal stuff. But she was just like, I can't really make it, but this is just not me, not Becky in. I was like, I hope not, because she'd be Becky in. But yes, I definitely would like to have you come back. I definitely want, you and Becky here, and just like even more Gabbana's too, to just have your guys like key and have people see y'all, what different light and stuff. Like,
the water fab. This can't. I just when I don't. Can I just?
Yeah.
I made a post on Facebook, and I don't know when it's it, but this is what I'm talking about. It's the camera. This the water. Darling, they got food stamps up in here. I'm putting that.
But thank you.
Future icon.
Yes. Look. The resume is here. I'm gonna need another whole hour. But yes, but thank you.
Sitting on the couch with first $500 Vogue fam, another.
Yes, girl.
For Jersey, first $500.
The $500 club, girl. Listen, the resume is there. I don't listen. When I'm ready to talk my icon shit, I will. But for now, I'm going to keep doing what I got to do.
Yes, we here.
Yeah, so